Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Have you ever come across a simple video clip that somehow feels like it holds a much deeper story behind it? A short post from J-Hope through Instagram stories immediately caught the attention of many fans, showing a relaxed moment of Jikook at a restaurant, with no stage, no camera spotlight, just a warm and natural atmosphere. From that single short clip, various interpretations and speculations began to emerge among fans. Recently, J-Hope shared a brief moment through Instagram stories that instantly drew the attention of many fans. The video clip showed a relaxed scene of Jikook inside a restaurant. There were no stage lights, no concert cameras, and none of the usual formal atmosphere. What appeared instead was a simple everyday moment that felt warm, close, and deeply human. Moments like this often attract attention because they give a rare, behind-the-scenes feeling that the public does not usually see. In the context of idol life, which is typically filled with busy schedules, large stages, and constant camera presence, simple slices of daily life like this feel both contrasting and intriguing. It reveals a more natural side, where someone is simply eating, resting, and enjoying time without performance pressure. From that short upload, various speculations began to circulate among fans. Some tried to connect the moment with other events seen before, including when Jimin and Jungkook were once spotted leaving together in the same car and returning separately later that night. For some fans who closely follow their interactions, small details like these are often seen as pieces of a larger, connected narrative, even if the full context is not always clear. In the video, Jungkook appears to be calmly enjoying his meal. There is no sense of rush, no formality, and no sign of performance pressure. He seems fully in rest mode, eating peacefully. Several empty bowls placed nearby suggest that he had already finished quite a lot of food. This detail sparked a fond reaction from fans, as it shows a natural side of Jungkook, far removed from his stage image, which is often full of energy, intensity, and performance focus. However, the biggest attention from the clip was not only Jungkook, but also the person behind the camera. Only a pair of hands is visible, seen arranging or stacking empty bowls on the table. The face is not shown at all, but this immediately triggered various guesses from fans. Many speculated that the person could be Jimin, based on small details such as hand shape, movement, and accessories like a bracelet that fans believe resemble items previously associated with Jimin in other moments. Regardless of whether the speculation is true or not, the moment still carries its own charm. Not because of something big or dramatic, but precisely because of its simplicity. Two people in one space, eating together, sharing rest time amid busy schedules. Moments like this often leave a stronger impression because they feel honest, spontaneous, and unforced. For many fans, scenes like this bring a sense of warmth. There is comfort in seeing natural interaction without scripts, without stages, and without the need to appear perfect. In this perspective, a simple meal is not just content, but a reminder that behind their massive popularity, idols still live everyday lives, eating, talking, and resting like anyone else. On the other hand, from various moments circulating on social media, different interpretations always arise. One group of fans, let's call them Taekookers, holds a different view of the moment. They believe that Jungkook was actually with Taehyung at that time. This belief emerged after a separate image circulated, showing a group of people eating together in a relaxed and familiar restaurant setting. In the image, the table is filled with various dishes, creating a warm and informal atmosphere of togetherness. On the right side, a person believed to be Taehyung is seen holding a phone, seemingly recording or capturing the moment. The overall scene looks natural, without posed expressions, which easily creates an impression of close companionship. From the Taekookers' perspective, images like this often become the basis for further speculation. One assumption is the possibility that Jungkook was also present in the same moment, even though he is not clearly visible in the frame. This speculation is usually built from small perceived details such as seating positions, clothing style, and the atmosphere that is considered similar to other previously recorded moments. However, when viewed more objectively, there are several significant differences that make such conclusions uncertain. For example, the camera angle, the composition of people at the table, and environmental details do not fully match other known moments involving Jungkook. Even small elements like table color and food arrangement appear different compared to previous documentation. In addition, differences can also be seen in hand positioning, seating posture, and object distribution on the table. In visual documentation, these small details are often important indicators for distinguishing different times and situations. Even if something looks similar at a glance, it does not necessarily mean it comes from the same event. It is important to understand that within the same social circle, shared meals can happen multiple times with different combinations of people, different timings, and inconsistent documentation. Therefore, atmospheric similarity alone cannot be used as definitive evidence of someone's presence. In the end, what can truly be confirmed from these moments is only that they represent a casual, warm, and natural snapshot of togetherness. Interpretations about who exactly was present remain within the realm of fan speculation. Without complete information and clear context, every interpretation simply becomes part of how fans engage with and enjoy the fragments they see. And that is where the appeal lies. Everyone can have a different perspective on the same moment. Some see it as simple togetherness, some see a deeper story, and others simply enjoy the warmth it conveys. Returning to Jikook's dynamic on stage, this topic also continues to be widely discussed among fans. But what makes it interesting is not exaggerated narratives or forced interpretations, but the small details that gradually appear over time. Their interaction has never felt artificial, it has always flowed naturally. If we observe recent concerts, there appears to be a shift in their interaction pattern. Not distance, and not a loss of closeness, but rather a change in form. If earlier interactions were more visible and expressive, now they appear softer and more subtle. It is as if they no longer need big gestures to show a connection that has long been established. This shift can be understood as an evolution in both their professional and personal dynamics on stage. What used to be explicit interaction has become calmer and more controlled. However, this does not mean the intensity has decreased. Instead, it has become more mature, stable, and less dependent on camera attention. In this context, their closeness is no longer always directly visible. Even without explicit interaction, their presence still feels shared within the same space. There is a subtle awareness shown through small gestures, brief glances, or spontaneous reactions that audiences may not immediately notice. On stage, both Jungkook and Jimin continue fulfilling their roles as performers. Yet in between, small moments often appear where their attention is indirectly directed toward each other. A quick glance, a soft smile, or a spontaneous reaction becomes a detail picked up by attentive observers. The way Jungkook pays attention to Jimin, for example, often appears simple but consistent. Not always obvious, but enough to suggest natural awareness. Meanwhile, Jimin also appears comfortable in Jungkook's presence, creating a complementary dynamic that does not require much verbal communication. Over time, both have grown as individuals and artists. Experience, maturity, and professional pressure have naturally shaped the way they interact. Yet one thing that seems consistent is that the connection has not disappeared, it has only changed form, becoming calmer and more stable. Today, this dynamic no longer relies on big moments or camera focus. Instead, small details like standing positions, brief smiles, or quick glances become the center of attention. These subtle elements are then closely observed by fans following their journey over time. In the end, all of these moments come down to how each person interprets them. Some see simple companionship, some read deeper meaning, and others simply enjoy the warmth of a genuine, everyday slice of life. What is clear is that whether behind the scenes or on stage, every small detail always finds its own way to attract attention and spark different perspectives. Thank you for watching Jikook Moments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with more discussions of upcoming moments. See you in the next video.